I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at WasInACult, on Facebook at I Got the Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got the Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Red button rolling.
Hey, it's Laura.
And I messed that up. And Deb. And it's another episode of I Got the Hell Out. Yeah, yeah.
I drew a blank too as soon as we hit record. I was just totally drew a blank.
It's okay. It's okay.
What were you gonna ask?
I don't remember. By the way,
this is gonna be a good episode.
Halloween's coming up, but we're not gonna discuss culty Halloween stuff
because we did that.
We did that. It's not exciting. It's pagan. Don't do it, people.
But you get all that candy.
But Domino's Pizza here in the U.S., I think, apparently, for Halloween, they're selling a roulette pizza.
What the hell's that?
One of the slices has ghost pepper sauce on it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm just throwing that out there. Do you know what I mean?
How funny would that be?
Yeah, that would be funny. I wouldn't be funny if you were the one that got the
No,
piece.
oh, hell no. No, definitely not, because I have, like, the wimpiest taste buds.
Yeah. My ex Kenny used to like eating jalapenos and then me not knowing and coming over and giving me a big wet sloppy kiss. Oh, I hated that. My lips and the inside of my mouth were burning. You suck, Ken. Okay. Moving on. Several people have offered to go undercover at the next feast. They said their biggest problem, though, would be keeping a straight face with all the bullshit being shoved at them.
Well, that's true. That is true. I mean, come on. They see little man, like, bopping around in some funky suit. Come on.
Here's your purple robe.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm so disappointed nobody gave me pictures of purple robes. And I did scour their page for shit.
Oh, man.
We got some good stuff coming up. They must have saved all the bread sacks for, one thing.
One big blast.
One big blast,
okay.
Yeah. So.
Blasto bread sacks.
Blasto bread sacks. Anybody out there, like I said, Halloween's coming up. And I didn't get nuts to go out last night with my friends and have fun. So I went home and wrote the show.
Were you going to dress up?
No, I'm pretty much designated driver when I don't get off work till 7 or 8. I pick up the drunk nards and take them where they're going. And my son worked right across the street. And I thought, I'll just be able to give my son a ride home. I informed them, we're only staying until Jesse gets done working, take him back. And I'd go home and write the show, but I didn't end up getting to go. So nobody really cares. What was I talking about?
Something about Halloween.
Oh, I got the rare occasion to sit down and watch 2 horror movies.
Oh, which one?
Okay, these are found on Netflix, okay? And one is called Eli, and it's just E-L-I.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's about what?
It's
Is it a mind? Like,
yes.
Does it mess with your mind, or is it one of those, like, people jump out goofy things? Or both?
Kind of. It was one of the better ones that I had seen, okay? Ooh. It actually had a really good plot to it, and the ending made me go, what?
Oh, and it's on Netflix, you said?
And it's on Netflix.
Ooh, I may have to watch that tonight.
The other one was called Into the Grass.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with pot, so don't go there.
I was thinking of someone's, like, nice backyard. I'm like, that's not too creepy.
Well, no, this couple gets out. They stop for something, and there's this big, tall grass. It's in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of some Midwest state, okay? And they hear a boy calling for help in the tall grass.
Oh, okay, that's creepy.
Yeah, now, once you get into the grass, you don't come out of the grass, and creepy stuff happens in the grass.
Gotcha.
It's real slow moving for the first part of it. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, how are they going to make this movie this long with people running around after each other, can't find each other in the grass? But it did pick up. Okay. So, yeah.
So what was the one Eli about?
A little boy is he has something went wrong with his genes, which caused him to be allergic to everything and not be able to breathe. So his parents take him to this doctor in this creepy ass mansion in the middle of nowhere to be cured by her gene therapy and treatments.
Ooh.
Yes. So
I'm gonna have to watch.
Eli was better than Tall Grass, but anyway, and I really think sometimes things are not real because everything's real on the internet, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, our local news station WPXI did a story that Oxford University no longer allows hand clapping because of people with anxiety. They must now use jazz hands. How do you feel about this? Oh my God, look at your face.
Jazz hands makes everything better.
No clapping because it might startle somebody with anxiety.
So wait, if you are say you're at somebody's graduation.
Oxford University. Okay. This is where new policy is taking effect.
So somebody's there. You're at a graduation at Oxford University.
You jazz hands your person.
So at the end, like when everybody claps,
there's no clapping.
The whole
auditorium,
is doing jazz hands.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Okay, if it wouldn't have been on the local news stuff, I would have thought it was a spoof from The Onion or something.
That is so funny.
And remember, we weren't allowed to watch Zaboomafoo.
Right.
Okay. In better news, Zaboomafoo had a granddaughter.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what her name was. Nothing. Anyway.
You just know there's a granddaughter.
Remember we talked about no payphones anymore?
Yeah.
I was in Ambridge a couple days ago.
And there's one there?
I found a really sketchy looking payphone in a really sketchy part of town because I was having tires put on and you got, some time to kill.
We know what that's there for.
I'll have to show you the picture of it when we get into the screenshots. So, but yeah, it was really sketchy. It was so sketchy, I didn't even want to pick it up to see if it had a dial tone. Okay?
Okay, that's bad.
That's bad.
That is bad.
That is bad. And thank you to Denise. She's the one that escaped her cult. She's been listening to us. She sent us the t-shirts. Remember, we had no clue.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and I took a picture of me out and about. I was riding a tricycle at the pizza joint and had the shirt on.
Wait, you were what?
Riding a tricycle at the pizza joint. It was there,
There
Laura.
was a spare tricycle there?
Yes.
Oh,
you obviously didn't see it posted on Facebook.
I did not. I told you the algorithms on my page are just bizarre.
You would figure it would show the only other admin what I'm posting.
You would think, but it doesn't. So you were riding a tricycle.
Am I the only one that thinks that like Mark Zuckerberg looks like a robot? Like
I never really
look at his eyes and his face and his facial expressions. Please, next time you get a chance to study it.
Yeah, when I see
he looks like an AI to me. Anyway. Okay. Oh, you know what we forgot? Kool-Aid.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, the Kool-Aid is from JRB. Mm-hmm. He's hysterical. He's a good constant, on Facebook. Yeah, it's called Winter is Coming. I want to slap you, dude. I do not like winter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for the recipe. Winter is coming. I'll even try and sound excited. Okay. You take 1 ounce of peppermint schnapps, 1 ounce of cream de menthe, and add some blue raspberry Kool-Aid. You serve it in a frosted Tom Collins glass over dry ice, and you garnish it with a mini candy cane.
Wait, you have to buy dry ice?
Well, according to his recipe.
What was the last ingredient after dry ice?
You garnish it with a mini candy cane.
Oh, that sounds really good.
The only thing that I would use is the ice. I don't like mint.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm sorry.
Really hey, it sounds better than that drink we had at the pop-up bar for Christmas last year.
Oh my
what was it?
God.
The elf piss?
I don't know.
That we spent like $10 on.
Don't know. Would you like to get into screenshots, pending posts?
Let's do pending posts.
Okay. We did not get back to pending posts last week.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, we were just like so involved with crap. Okay, we've been getting an influx of men. Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Love it. Phil R says, hi all, enjoying the podcast. It's batshit crazy. He was raised a cult member himself, 22 years until he escaped. He says, just never stop telling your story. Awareness will always need to be raised about these groups and the damage they cause. My upbringing has damaged me and my mental health and affected so many facets of my life. Keep up the good work.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, if something's wrong, stand up. You may be the only one saying this is wrong, but maybe it'll get other people to go, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Yep.
So, thank you, Phil. Sorry you were raised in a cult. It gets better, dude. But yeah, the mental stuff is tough sometimes. Okay, let's see. Becky S. Says, I'm catching up on episodes and I'm listening to number 72, Lightning Bulbs. And she's an Okie. She's an Okie from Muskogee. Same as Little Man.
Hey.
Okay. And remember we were talking about his tag number? Like God tagged him.
Oh, yeah.
And tagged Satan was 666.
Mm-hmm. And he has some other tag number.
Right. She says, as an Okie, I can explain what Little Man meant when he said tag number. It confused me, too, when I registered my first car in Oklahoma. Apparently, it's an Okieism.
Oh.
Tag is what Oklahomans call car license plates. So
get out.
So a tag number is probably what all other Americans call your license plate.
Well, now that makes sense.
I guess so.
Duh.
Thank you, Becky, for clearing that up. And Sam S., another dude. Well, maybe it is.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Could go either way. Yep. Could go either way because I'm sorry. They didn't want this posted, but they were wondering how I was going to plan to start something to help others escape. It's on paper. There's thoughts and ideas.
Lots of thoughts and ideas.
I've helped quite a few people in insignificant but sort of significant ways.
Oh, there's no such thing as insignificant.
Yeah, I bought a bus ticket for a kid to go back to Indiana to be with his family and try and get through this thing we call life. Sam, I wish there was two of me and more hours in the day, but there's not. But at some point, everything happens for a reason, I think. And we're at this point here because this is just my crazy life. But he goes on to say, I was listening to you describe how you had to scrimp and save, plan for weeks ahead, choose just the right moment, and my heart broke. I want to help. Somehow I want to get others the hell out, even if it's to offer a couch and a place to hide.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's so sweet, and I'm going to approve that for you, Sam. Everybody knows my door's open. You can come anytime, I have one friend we keep trying to tell her, come on, you can do this, rah, rah, shish and bob.
She's just not ready.
Whether she's not ready, some people never think they deserve more than they're getting. I don't know what it is, but I spent 10 years there, Laura, and the last 2 I spent hanging by my fingernails wanting to leave as a family. I made kids, and it's a big commitment to do that, and I wanted to be with their dad. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, 2 years is a long time of hanging on. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure the misery showed in my face, my actions, things I was doing. And there usually will be that one thing that comes around that will just snap it or tip the scales or make you scream, I got to get the hell out of here. And, that was, knowing that A, Kenny cheated on me, and B, he was getting a second wife. And like I said, once they take a second wife, they never leave. That was my catalyst for leaving. Everybody has their own breaking points for things, okay? Denise S., Juliana H., Nora Z., Chris S., and Mel S. I love all the memes you guys give us, but I can't post all of them, or we've discussed this, they can't post them multiple times, you know that. But I do at least show them to Laura.
Oh, yeah.
She gets a kick out of them. Yeah. Okay. Calla K asked earlier about telling her story because she didn't find any place to talk about being in a cult. And we got all these people jumping up going, me too. I was in a cult.
Oh, yeah,
I was raised in a cult. Okay. I think it's would you pronounce that Kayla or Calla?
Kayla.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
sweetie.
I'm sorry.
They've all pronounced my name wrong anyway, too. So, but she is. I'm not going to read it. It's lengthy. I'm going to post it on Facebook. But it's taken her a while. But she wrote her story down about what happened to her. And if anybody is interested in that, like to give some advice, thoughts, loves, hugs, there it is. And Isa, I forget what country she's in. Her brother listens too. But apparently, she just wanted to say, gay people stole the rainbow. Gay people stole the word pride. Gay people stole the word gay. As a lesbian, it is now my duty to steal all of their other favorite words and concepts. Girl, I just found that hysterical. I mean, how do you steal words, concepts, in a rainbow?
I have no idea.
They stole God's rainbow and perverted it. No, it's a rainbow. Oh, and I know the 4 colors of the rainbow now.
Oh, wait, let me see if I can remember them. Is it purple?
Purple. Gold.
Hold on here. Green.
Yup.
Blue.
Red.
Shit. Okay.
Red. But it looks pink. Maybe their stuff's just been washed too much because I said it looked like a pride flag, you know.
They washed it. It faded. Maybe the red faded.
I don't know. Hi to Tara V. She's probably not going to catch up for a while, but she just wanted to say that she's only on the 2nd episode, and it keeps reminding her of the things that were said during her childhood traumas. It sounds a whole lot like the church her grandfather attends. Okay. And she's residing somewhere close by, not here. Mm-hmm. And I actually had a nice conversation with her. And it's not the same church.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
It's a different one.
But very similar.
Yes. Nora, I'm going to post yours. Pagan holidays that have made their way into everyday Christianity, if y'all want to read about that.
Pretty much all of them.
Well, of course. Come on. But it's fun to burn the Yule log. It's fun to, repel the dead on Halloween. Yeah.
Isn't it? No, never mind.
Oh, and Colleen H. made me just laugh. I spit coffee out the other day. She said, while listening to episode 61, my husband asked if I found religion. He heard your little man impersonation and added his own.
Oh, no.
Wish I had audio for you. He could have been a traveling preacher. Thank you, gals. Loving the podcast.
I wonder if he goes around imitating Little Man.
What?
I wonder if he goes around imitating Little Man.
I don't know. Anna K. had an interesting question. Mm-hmm. She paused episode 87 to look up the Feast of Tabernacles, quote-unquote, advertisement video that we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you find it?
She then watched another video on their page where they're talking about the world ending in the next few years. Her question is I'm wondering if Debbie or anyone else thinks there's any possibility of things going terribly wrong, like Jonestown or Heaven's Gate.
Ooh.
Girl, that one has weighed on my mind a lot of years. A lot of years. From the time they put up the 12 or 15 foot high fence with the barbed wire going the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And I went out and bought all these wire cutters because I don't want to die. I'd have been one of them few lucky survivors that, we all got out. But it does cross my mind, and I don't want to give them any ideas. I've discussed with Laura what I think might happen. Maybe, and I mean, I've discussed with a couple of other ex-members of what might happen and why. So you just never know. I hope not. My son is out, but there's still people I know there, people's children that I know there. Yeah.
That is such a scary thought, that they could be the next ones in the news.
They very well could be. And how true it is that Waco happened and the government isn't going there. I mean, we discussed the barrels and shit that was buried behind my place. Mm-hmm. Because that was an elder's property, and technically no one was supposed to be over there unaccompanied. There were just areas you could walk past. But unless you had business being on that elder's porch, around his trailer, or in his backyard, mm-hmm. on the feast grounds, you have no reason to be there. So all that shit was safe. So I don't know what's going on with any of that. There's some ex-members that came from different states that they trucked in weapons and ammunitions and things. And yet there's other members that I've talked to that know nothing of it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
You spoke of the midwifery last time, right? Because Kenny was working so close to, a border of another country.
Another country?
Another country. Okay. And everything was so much cheaper. And there were things that you could buy there in pharmacies that you had to have a prescription for here.
Okay, gotcha.
Or you could go to the Mexican doctor who would write you a prescription. Okay. And that's where they got a lot of their stuff for the midwifery. I don't think I mentioned that, did I?
I don't know if you did or not.
Illegal Mexican drugs into midwifery. I just see Speedy Gonzales,
Oh my God.
You remember the cartoon?
I do. I just don't know how Speedy Gonzales got into this, but sure.
Well, I don't want to offend people by doing that's the only Mexican voice I think I could do without offending people. I don't know. And it sounds like Speedy Gonzales anyway. Moving on. One of my most favorite people in the world from that place, name is Nayaria, and she's had me share a couple of things with y'all on here before. Come to find out that I was talking to somebody, and I said, Nayaria, and he says, wait a minute. Are you talking a man or a woman? And I says, Nayaria. You remember Nayaria? Nayaria was married to this dude. And he's like, oh, wow. He goes, I know a dude named Nayaria. And I'm like, so apparently it's a multi-gender name out there, but I don't see how. Because everything is so separate, men, women.
Right, I find it hard to believe that share a name.
Or that it would be allowed.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I don't know, because everything out there, like Jesus' real name, okay? My one sister-in-law, she changed her name to Jesus' name, but took the first letter off and put a T on it.
Okay.
Okay? And that was the female version of Jesus out there at the cult.
Okay, according to Little Man.
According to, I don't know, everybody's name I've ever come across.
Oh, okay.
There was just there's female and male versions of names here.
Right, okay.
But then again, we have some that go either way. Aubrey can go either way. Sam can go either. There's a lot of them. But yeah, I found that interesting. Somebody either misnamed their kid or... I don't know.
I can see how that happens.
Nayari got a kick out of it. She is, just shows me how much more wrong that place was. They gave her that name.
Oh my God. So they would have had to have given that name to a boy? Or could someone...
Well, back when we joined, everybody was already in the process of calling themselves by a Hebrew name. Okay. And proclaiming to be that last name. Gotcha. Whether it was done legally or not. Okay. There were quite a few members that I had no idea what their real names were until I left the cult years later. And either they contacted me or I ran into them or for whatever reason. Or somebody says, oh, that's so-and-so. What? I don't know them by that. But there's people out there that can't legally take the name, okay? Because whether you're a whatever degree felon or you're a forger, there's certain things you cannot have your name changed because it appears that you're trying to hide your past.
Gotcha.
Okay. But these people, I had no idea they were never legally something else. They had never been the actual names. So, what are we getting to?
Do you have more pending posts?
I'm not sure. Hold on, let me get back to it. I always have
screenshots
more stuff. Hold on. Jessica C. I made a mistake because my mouth sometimes goes faster than my brain does.
Really now?
Yeah, and we were talking about something, and I said something. You said something about, oh, we were talking about heating up food on the Sabbath, and I was like, the microwave. And you were like, I'm surprised you were allowed to use electricity. And I went, yeah, we weren't that far out there yet, and I couldn't remember who didn't use electricity. And she reminded me it's the Amish.
Oh, that's right.
And the Amish live around here and make really good baked goods and have pretty horses and stuff. Thank you, Jessica. And Jer comes on and says the cult could have had Dennis Rodman if he hadn't jumped the shark in North Korea. Good luck to Snoop Dogg, by the way.
That's right. Did he go down there?
No,
Not yet.
he's playing that venue sometime next month.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I gotta follow that.
Oh, okay. Hey, here, I come across this Kool-Aid recipe here. I'm going to post that.
The one we just gave?
Yeah, the one we just gave.
With the dry ice?
Yes. And I don't know how true this is. Is this actually Suicide Awareness Week?
I don't think so.
I come across my news feed. I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to post it. It's from Mo H.
Is it the hotline number?
No, it's a couple of pages out of Pooh and Piglet. And about Eeyore.
Yeah.
So, and I really like the story, and I don't know if we'll have time for me to read it. So, it's out there if they want to read it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. Betty Lou is wants me to show me the lady's historical dagger. It's a hair clip with a knife in it. I need this. I need this.
You do need that.
And you know what's funny? Mm-hmm. Stabby sticks have been around for a really long time. Down to my grandma, who I see every week. Mm-hmm. She told me that the hat pins and the real fancy hat pins.
They used to stab people with it.
They would stab people because somebody would be groping them.
Yep. There was a whole podcast about that. One of the podcasts that I listened to had a whole episode of that.
Really?
Yep. Women would walk around. If they were groped or anything, they just stabbed the shit out of that guy.
Yep. Yeah. Badass bitches even back then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we haven't evolved much more as a society, have we? That saddens me.
We just don't have hat pins anymore.
No, we have jazz hands. That's really going to help me in a bad situation, okay? Really?
Oh, my God.
Here's your rape whistle and your jazz hands. Good luck.
Oh, my God.
Christina L., she's only on episode 2, and she went through her own kind of hell, and this is the kind of place where you can share your story. So Christina, I'm not going to read your story for everyone, but I'm going to approve it, and anybody who wants to read her story and jump in, that's great. And that's all I have for pending posts right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm just trying to look for your dagger hairpin to see where you can get one.
Oh, gosh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're... I thought you were trying to pull something furiously up.
No. I am looking here. Oh, well, this isn't anything here. I will have to research that for you.
Okay, we're into screenshots now, which is going to take us into some other shit, okay?
You know what? Look on Etsy. Sorry.
I'm not on Etsy. Find me one.
It says knife hair clip.
Nice.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Never try to fuck up someone's life with a lie when yours can be destroyed by the truth.
Ooh.
And that's one thing that the cult does. They try to destroy you with lies, and it's all propaganda, and don't read this, and don't talk to these people. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And, yeah, but then they go around and tell stories about you that aren't true. Okay?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my son, Kat. I love you, son. I had a very nice conversation with him over the weekend. Mm-hmm. It was great. I loved it. And I hate to do this.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay, episode 85 is entitled Kenny's Karma, okay? Mm-hmm. That was 4 episodes ago, mm-hmm. right? Kenny's Corner was all the way back in episode 24, right?
Okay.
And that was right after, my favorite 22, 23. That's why I tell people start at 22.
Gotcha.
But Kenny did the right thing for once.
What?
So shout out to you, buddy. Oh, look at your face.
What?
Yeah. He
What
did the.
did he do?
He spoke to his son and gave him some things he was supposed to give him. Not his truck. They're working that out. Okay. But everything is good right now. For some reason, Kenny put his differences aside and did the right thing.
Wow.
I hope
that
I'm
is
not getting him in
awesome.
trouble. That would be sucky. I didn't even think about that. Anyway,
Moving on.
kudos to you, Ken. Do you have anything to read?
I do. This is about the bride's price,
Oh.
which
I told you
sure
my
you have
one
lots to
friend's
add.
my one friend's little girl. She was a pretty little girl. Not that all little girls aren't pretty, but yeah, she had price on her head already. You could up it at 4.
so messed up.
At 4.
At 4. Oh God.
And her stepdad, because it was her. She came there with her mom, and she married stepdad.
Okay.
And yeah, stepdad was just out of his mind with delight on how the price would just go up with every feast and new people. And I can acquire that in, 8 years, 9 years.
I like how the word is that. They refer to it as that.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
That's special.
Brad's price. By the way, this is biblical, guys. Because anything that's in the Bible and God's law is okay, according to the cult.
All right. It says, little man would collect hundreds of thousands of dollars from men who wanted wives through a law in the Bible called the bride's price.
Yes!
The price paid by the man was never given to the actual father of the bride.
It was in the beginning.
Okay.
When I first got there. But it changed real quickly. I don't know how quickly because I didn't have any girls. I didn't have any kids.
Okay.
And Kenny wasn't going around trying to acquire another wife, 8 years before you can take possession of it.
Gotcha.
It's like pre-ordering your car.
Yeah.
Or video game. That's so sick. I'm sorry, keep going.
Okay, it says that it was never given to the actual father, but instead the money was considered a cult donation.
Yep.
The price was calculated by certain elders according to the size of the man's estate and earnings. I know of a bride's price who paid several hundred thousands of dollars for his bride, which was done in monthly installments.
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
Yeah, it's like buying, it's like buying something. And they won't let you take it from the store because if you damage it, chances are you're not going to end up paying for it.
Like layaway.
I guess. Yeah, layaway. You're doing a layaway.
Oh my gosh. Okay. He took on this second wife, and after about 3 years, the woman left him. The interesting part was he still had to pay Little Man in the cult for her, even though she left him.
Of course, you're in a contract with him and God.
So even though she bails...
He has to pay for her.
Oh my God.
It's his own fault that she bailed. He must not have been righteous.
He must have done something wrong.
Maybe he was a hitter and beater, and she didn't like that. Maybe he was just providing, rice and beans. I have no idea this woman's story. Keep reading.
Since many payments, such as bride prices, second tithes, third tithes, leftover tithes, and offerings were paid in cash, there was no paper trail to follow these payments, and the cash was easily pocketed and put into Little Man's safe.
Yeah.
He currently owns over 100 acres in the county, many with huge homes built on the property.
Now remember, this article that you're reading, I think, is outdated. Okay. I think this is early to mid 2000s.
Okay.
So
these properties are estimated at over $2 million. In order to hide much of his wealth, he has put in the title the names of his various children from his polygamous marriages, or in loyal elders and deacons' names, his many wives and concubine names, which of course do not reveal the true owner of the properties.
Yeah, that's what Charlie did. I looked him up at the courthouse.
Who the hell's Charlie?
My father-in-law.
Oh, okay. I was like, who is Charlie?
He has shit in his name. He had 6, 7, 8 properties in his name alone. But yet, him and his wife, they lived in a house, and I don't know. Anyway, who knows how much property? And he's made everything into a circle contract. So you're in a contract with him, and if you leave, the property reverts back to Little Man.
And then he goes and sells it to
and
someone
he
else.
can sell it to someone else. Yep. On and on and on. Keep going.
He also sells properties through certain hand-picked elders and usually doesn't give the purchaser a legal, lawful deed to their property. They use stall tactics, sometimes for years, to put off giving a clear title. If the purchaser should leave the cult or get kicked out, they have no legal recourse to sell the property or get their money back.
Exactly.
This scam has netted him hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit. He then resells these same properties to new members and repeats the process all over again.
Rinse and
Just
repeat.
like we were saying.
Rinse and repeat. The trailer that I lived in was sold to us fraudulently. And because it was sold to us fraudulently, the people who really owned it couldn't have it back. But then again, we could never sell it without paying the lien that was put on it. Okay? But, Kenny got around that because he sold it to Little Man. Now, that trailer is in one of their trailer parks that are Little Man owns, that's out by, the feast grounds. Mm-hmm. I've seen it. I've drove past it, and you're doing, like, that triple look, and you're like, holy fuck, that's my house. What's it doing there?
Oh, my gosh.
Because it should have never have been moved off of the property that it was at. And I'm pretty sure the old people that owned it in Oklahoma are dead now. Mm-hmm. But it's still the principle of it.
Right.
He knew it was stolen after a while, and he didn't care. He sold it to Little Man. Shady shit. Yep.
Just doesn't stop.
And the crazy part? I could probably point it out, and they could say, oh, that's not hers. But if you pull up the carpet, me and my friend and my two kids, no, Cat wasn't old enough. He was still a baby. There was about 5 or 6 children in a double wide that was 2,018 square feet. Mm-hmm. And we had boxes of crayons.
Oh my gosh.
And we just went crazy.
Under the carpet.
Well, new carpet was being installed.
Oh, gotcha.
So all our names were written all over the boards. We wrote big, pretty hearts everywhere.
Oh, because you weren't allowed.
And pagan words and stuff. We had a good time.
Writing the word cereal everywhere.
Hi, Stace. Me and her did a lot of sketchy shit together, let me tell you.
Right now, they're pulling up the carpet looking.
Oh my God! Yeah. Apparently, either I know the cult or people in the cult. Somebody is still listening because information is still getting back to Ken and others. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I bet you Ken's a bad bunny and listens to it.
Hey.
He breaks other rules. At least I don't bust him on those ones. Let the cult figure out which ones he busts. You know what I mean? Yeah. He ain't as holier than thou as you think he is, Laura. He's a man of God. Not.
Do you have any bread sacks or anything?
We're going to get to bread sacks in a moment. But this came in, and I thought this was important enough to share.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You shot this to me over the week from our email account. I got to
that's right.
I got to hellout.com.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. No spaces, no dashes?
Nope.
Okay.
All one big run-on word, just like they do.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to say who sent this to me, okay? But I'm going to read this.
Okay.
Anybody out there who wants more information on this, I have the phone numbers. I will read everything off when I get there, okay? But they write to us and say, when I joined this group, and she's not talking about my cult, first off, okay? Okay. But she, whoever. When I joined this cult, my daughter was in a cult. She was abused out last August. A mandatory police report was filed on her abuse. It's a long story. And as a result, there is now a case that has been opened against the cult and the cult leader who abused her. She is in recovery. The detective is looking for other victims, especially people who were victimized as children. If you know of any ex-members of the Movement Center / Annnnd Institute, Swami Chekin Tekin Nekin Nekanda, okay, I'll have to post this.
Yeah.
AKA Michael Shoemaker. They guest changed their names in that cult too.
Wow.
This cult operated in the states of Indiana, Massachusetts, and Oregon. Thank you for considering my request. Thank you for your podcast that shines a light on the destructive nature of cults and gives us hope that getting the hell out can happen. So, anybody who needs this, you know what? I'll just post it when we're done. I have to
Yeah.
go through too much to
Yeah,
post it
just
because it's
post
in screenshots right now.
Yeah.
Remind me, like that's going to happen, right? Okay. Our resident spy who gets our, emergency emails.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It was all really boring crap this time. Not really much to
His
it.
feast is over.
I don't know if this went out before, after,
okay.
what. But they do invite you to visit them online. And it says God's house focuses on education and acquiring knowledge in order to build faith and understanding through booklets and classes. Visit us online. We are readily available to answer questions relating to daily living, health, family, friendships, community, and our inherent longing for peaceful, meaningful relationships with one another and our Creator God. That was one long run-on sentence. Am I turning purple?
Yeah. Get your breath.
They got to get some new editors.
They need to get an editor.
Oh,
they don't have one, I'm quite sure.
Okay, Little Man, of course, wouldn't be on their main page, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did find that she sent me in here that God explains the strength of God. Okay, God is explaining the strength of God. I'm not going to read through this.
Okay.
But if you want to know more, you can go online, okay? And it's the 10th book of Little Man, part 1, chapter 1. So you're starting at the beginning, okay? And it's online. To read this sermon from the books of Little Man, visit the Little Man Says program. Little Man Says program.
Sort of like Simon Says?
I don't know. The Little Man,
Little Man Says.
Little
Raise
Man
your right arm.
Says. Little Man Says program. I just found that. I don't know. Lyft has a new program that will pick you up and take you to a job interview for free. And if you get hired, they give you up to 3 weeks of free rides until you get paid.
Oh, get out. That's so cool.
Shout out to Lyft.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't fact check this. If I'm wrong, please let me know, and I can feel like the idiot that I should. But
if that is true, that is amazing.
Yeah, shout out to a major
awesome.
company that's trying to give something back. Yep. I love people, dry cleaners that'll do your dry cleaning for a job interview, barbers or stylists that will just simply cut your hair so
you look good for an interview.
So you look good for an interview. Yeah. Yes. Shout out to all the people out there who still do this stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know why I did that. Oh, look, I had to screenshot this. How do you feel? This is this is on their page, and it's Facebook asking me to rate them.
The cult?
Yes.
How what? But that's like a restaurant rating.
Right.
With the $1 sign, $2 signs.
But what is the title of it?
How expensive is this place?
It took all my money and my sanity, and that is not a freaking choice.
Oh my God. It should be like $sign to the infinity.
How expensive is this place?
Well, sure as hell's not $1.
Suck your soul and your bank account dry. I will have to see if I can post that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was scrolling through their page, and I'm like, it's Facebook asking you questions about, I guess.
That is so weird.
How expensive is this page?
More than you can imagine.
Oh my gosh. Who was this? I don't remember. Oh, somebody finds it really, really funny that we call him Little Man. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they have an obsession with nuclear war. Mm-hmm. And I call him Little Man. And the 2 bombs that were dropped were codenamed Fat Man and Little Boy. Coincidence?
I think not.
The universe laughs, and I laugh with it. Yes, I laugh with it. Okay. Oh, and somebody told me, you know why older men like to mess with the younger girls?
Why?
Because the younger females haven't seen the loser in you yet.
Ah, good point.
They got their blinders on and just looking at the cash, okay? Hoping you drop over from a heart attack soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you young girls, if there's an old dude interested in you, all the women his age are sick of his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's going lower, because you ain't found out what a loser he is yet. That, by the way, was not aimed at any one particular person.
That's so true, though.
Okay, in my screenshots, we have gotten to their official page.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it says, what did you learn from today's sermon? Share with us.
Oh, and you can just enter what you learned.
You can enter what you want.
Gotcha.
There's one that just went on and on and on and on and on, and I'm not reading that, but somebody said, the fact that Satan is trying to get me to doubt God's authority through her temptations. And the other person learned that there are two types of people, those that worship God and those that worship the gods.
Ooh.
Okay, quote from Little Man, dated 2/17/18, so about a year ago. You got to get your mind off this world.
That's it?
That's it.
You got to get your mind
You
off
got to
this
get your
world.
mind off this world, which means anything that's fun, you can't do it. Anything that gives you joy, you can't do it, because you could be...
That's all Satan.
You could be putting that energy towards the work. Don't you want the end to be here, Laura?
Don't waste your
energy. The work
energy.
is the most important thing.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
You would not make a good cult member.
I would not. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're holding on for better days. Great God, keep holding on.
Okay.
I guess he realizes everybody's miserable. Just keep holding on.
Yep. Better days are coming.
Bread sack.
Mm-hmm.
Our blessings come only from out of the house of God. That's the only place you get blessed, Laura.
Oh, okay. Nowhere else in this huge world. Just there.
Nope. Oh, and they got a message from heaven.
What?
Yeah. See, what does it say? It's a message from heaven.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's in little parentheses there, ain't it? It's got 1,201 dash tag number and then dash 179. And it's
what is the message from heaven?
... is proclaiming the glory of God, which they got little man's tag number underlined. So little man is proclaiming the glory of God somehow. I don't know.
That was it? That was the message from heaven.
That was the message from heaven. You would think God would have more to say.
You would think so.
You would honestly think so.
Man, what a bummer. Just that. You think, oh, I got a message from heaven. That's it. What a bummer.
What a bummer. God, you have shown your face to us through little man's teaching of your great law. And they was, guess, cute trying to start it all with wise.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't that cute?
I have to wonder about people's mentalities out here, okay? The words of the book of God have become alive through the voice of the seventh messenger. Praise God.
Okay.
The book of God is coming through little man's voice, so...
He's the seventh messenger.
Yeah, he's the seventh messenger, the seventh Malachim.
I thought you were going to say the seventh molecule.
Well, he's getting down to that cellular level.
I mean, but we have all these like scientific, whatever, like, the little bugs and the parasites and
the bacteria.
Yes, I thought he's the seventh molecule.
Okay, now I posted something that an ex-member sent me, okay, that they're putting on the backs of their cars, okay?
Oh, the people in the cult are.
Yeah, and...
Is it a bumper sticker?
It's sort of. This one was homemade, and I stumbled over it last week, and I posted it last night while I was working on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And the letter L should have been an I, and the more you look at the picture, it looks like they tried to alter the L to make it into an I, but did it badly.
The L should have been an I. Okay, let me see this.
Because this is on a bread sack, and it's YAHMATRIX. Okay.
Was that your matrix?
I guess, instead of the Matrix.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe they're incorporating it with their stuff, okay? Because the Matrix, and you add a couple of cult letters to the front of it, and suddenly it's God's plan.
Gotcha.
Okay, because this one reads, "Your Matrix is the part of His plan." Okay. And then it's got a bunch of numbers, like a social security number again. And then it's got, like, I guess, definitions, because it says a shower from rain. Let my teaching fall like rain, Deuteronomy 32:2. And then compassionate and mercy when God brings salvation at the second coming of Jesus, our high priest. So I have no idea what this shit is. Mm-mm. They're using this number crap again. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, here, this is the best one. You ready? The seventh era arrayed in purple linen, and there's a big exclamation point after it with a bunch of numbers.
Oh my God.
Do you think they dyed their underwear purple?
I bet you they did. And then, next month it'll be, we need to wear green underwear.
Oh, and of course you can't take it from purple to green.
No.
This is Little Man back in 16. You can grow in God's knowledge and you can be saved.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Preacher man's telling you. You can grow in God's knowledge and be saved. Okay, this is a long one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Every righteous gift and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from the Father of light, with whom there's no variation nor shadow of turning. Of his own will he begot us with the word of truth, the law and the prophets, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures.
Your face is so red. Please tell me there were some periods or commas there.
There's semicolons scattered throughout it.
And I'm sure they're used properly.
No, you're looking at this right now, and no.
There's a little boat there.
There's an inspirational boat on the beach. And this is one of the elders. I feel bad for his mom. She's out. That's the last family member she has. And her son is he is a Kohan. Priest in the house of God. See, I took a screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always hope that they'll leave. Now, see, this one I find it opposite, okay? It's a blessing, a very precious blessing to enjoy life. Little Man, Abel 19.
It's a blessing to enjoy life?
It's a blessing.
No one down there enjoying life.
A very precious blessing to enjoy life.
No one down there is enjoying life.
That's why I said this is like Bizarro World. This is like the opposite.
He is.
Should they be? Okay. Saints of God, and so to God your Father may bless you, and you will actually get blessings. Remember what he said about the Sabbath day. He blessed the Sabbath day. He's here blessing this Sabbath day right now. You see what he is talking about? So you can get this blessing. Oh, that was Little Man in 08.
Oh, sure.
It's just repeating shit over and over again. Yeah. Oh, look how creepy they made him look. They're announcing live services every Sabbath at 9. That's a bad picture job.
Why is his head elongated?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Like his head's a big oval.
It is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a bad picture.
They don't have very many good pictures. And, scrolling the internet and why I saved this, this is a whip made from 2 real human spines discovered in the basement of an abandoned house in Wyoming.
Ew. Oh, that is nasty.
Hey, look, this is the Halloween episode, and this is.
Oh, there. All right. Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean, there's people that eat people. There's people that want your skin and other stuff.
Stop. Oh, that's enough Halloween stuff.
Oh, look, see, I found the clapping hands.
Oh, that need to turn into jazz hands.
Yeah, jazz hands. And I bought this beauty for 50 cents at a yard sale. Look at your face. Does that just not scream I look a little rapey?
He's very rapey.
That's Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. I'll have to post this one too. It was 50 cents, but the look on his face says, "Don't go home with me."
It so does. It so does.
And here's the picture of me on the tricycle.
I did not see that.
You didn't see that?
I did not see. I don't see any of the stuff. Like I said, I don't know why it doesn't show up in my feed. And that tricycle was just there.
Yes.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Because why not?
Yeah, why not? Oh, and I don't get why everybody is afraid of the Grim Reaper and makes him out to be the bad guy. Okay, he's just taking you to the afterlife, Laura. He's not the one that killed you. Imagine if you had to go alone.
He's just the escort.
It's actually quite nice of him to want to walk you to the afterlife. Don't you think?
Okay, so he's just there to guide you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not actually the one who killed you. I mean, the shot that killed you, the heart attack.
Okay.
Am I right or wrong?
Perspective.
Perspective. Okay, now what am I looking for?
I have no idea.
You never know what I'm looking for. Do you have
I can't.
anything to add?
No.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is as far as we're getting in the Halloween episode with Halloween crap. The last thing I had, okay, have you ever heard of the 12 Days of Halloween?
No, I have not.
On the 12th day of Halloween, my scare love gave to me 12 vampires stalking, 11 roses wilting, 10 zombies biting, 9 headless horsemen, 8 werewolves howling, 7 angels falling, 6 devils dancing, 4 restless goats, 3 witches cackling, 2 shrieking skulls, and a black cat in a dead tree.
Did you skip 5?
No. Oh, 5 pentagrams. I did. I skipped 5 pentagrams. Look at your face. I thought it was pretty cool. How'd I skip 5?
I don't know.
Not enough coffee? What?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wait, I gotta show you this picture that I took. That my neighbors have those big blow up things you put in your yard.
Yes.
And they have the headless horseman there. But apparently something happened to it, and this is what it looked like.
Oh, God.
He fell off his horse. And it's still going.
Oh, God. Okay, what else did I have to get with? Anything?
I don't know. You have a bunch of stuff in your book. Did you
I know,
say it all?
I went through most of it.
Well, we're coming up on an hour.
I know, but there was a couple important things in here, but I didn't get to the week before. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. You forgot all those pending posts.
Yeah, and some of them I keep back here. And I did want to share something that Christopher Watkin wrote, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about loss.
Okay.
Whether you lose somebody because they passed away, or they're making bad choices, or they're toxic to you, they're still lost.
A loss is a loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someday you will be faced with the reality of loss, and as life goes on, days rolling into nights, it will become clear that you never really stopped missing someone special who's gone. You just learned to live around the gaping hole in their absence. When someone you lose, you can't imagine living without. Your heart breaks wide open, and the bad news is you never completely get over the loss. You will never forget them. However, in a backwards way, this is also the good news. They will live on in the warmth of your broken heart that doesn't fully heal back up, and you will continue to grow and experience life, even with your wound. It's like badly breaking an ankle that never heals perfectly, and that still hurts when you dance. But you dance anyway with a slight limp, and this limp just adds to the depth of your performance and the authenticity of your character. The people you lose remain a part of you. Remember them and always cherish the good moments spent with them. I couldn't have put that any better.
Mm-hmm.
When my youngest son left, I never knew you could grieve the loss of somebody who was still alive. I didn't talk to him for almost 2 years, and the gaping hole that left, oh my gosh. And I did walk around with tears in my eyes for a few months and tears rolling, but you can't just curl up and die, you gotta eat, you gotta work, you gotta pay bills, you gotta keep going, you gotta stop at the gas station. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And there's so many people that I have known that they still have a relative there. And it hurts them, whether it's a sister, that was their best friend, and now they're lucky if they get a text message a couple times a year.
Oh
they
my
know they're
God.
still alive. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine.
My one friend, her sister was there since before me and Ken joined the cult, okay? And she's still there to this day. And she's one that's handpicked for a lot of stuff. But she's on one of the documentaries because one of their things was, you know, it was either 3 or 4 or 4 out of 5 people fall away. And she's asked about her family, and you know, oh no, I'm the only one left from my family, but I studied to prove that this was the right place, and she brainwashed herself.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? And that's, I'm just not okay with that. I don't know. Yeah, anybody out there who needs to talk, needs anything, hit us up. We got all kinds of different ways. Anybody that can help that poor lady, you know, whose daughter was abused in that cult in Indiana and the other states I mentioned. Anybody need help, let me know. Sam out there, if you want to get together with me and help me figure out how to do a nonprofit thing that helps people, I'd greatly appreciate it. Anybody else out there? And see, I was doing a run-on sentence like they do. I got a head rush from that one.
You're so used to it.
I got a head rush from that one. Maybe because I already did 2 or 3 today. I swear, sometimes reading their stuff, even as I'm finding it and calling it out of their page, I'm looking at it going, I should probably practice to see if I run out of breath on this or not.
You're getting pretty good at it.
Well, that one today, did you see all the semicolons?
Maybe
maybe they figured out what semicolons were for and just sprinkled them liberally into there.
Oh, yeah, they're not used properly.
No. So
it just makes it look good.
I don't know. Maybe it makes it look fancy to all of their followers out there. Do you know what I mean?
Because semicolons are fancy.
Well, that's God's, what is it?
Punctuation.
Punctuation. Why couldn't I come up with a word? That's God's punctuation for the special people.
Gotcha.
Because the semicolon means they could have stopped the sentence, but they chose to keep on going. So now they're not just using commas or no commas. They're choosing to use the semicolons. Good work, guys.
Bravo.
Somebody came up with it. Do you know what I mean? Someone in the editing department. But you would figure they would learn to spell stuff.
There is no editing department.
Spell stuff. Run-on sentences. Typos. Who's in charge of this stuff nowadays?
No one.
There has to be somebody in charge of it. I mean, some of this stuff, like, I swear a high schooler could do better.
There can't be someone in charge of it.
Sadly, there is. There's always someone in charge. I tried so hard that last year for the playground because it was in such disarray that it was dangerous. But that was, the start of men and women couldn't talk to each other. So I had to go talk to my friend Ken Rhea, who would in turn talk to her husband, who would in turn go to see his counselors, who would in turn go and ask, who's in charge of the project. And then it's like big game.
Meanwhile, it's just like fix the playground.
Yeah. I need to borrow a hammer. And it's like 3 hours later.
Oh my God.
Here's your hammer. Well,
it's like I forgot what I needed it
what
for.
about the nails? Oh,
nope,
you
gotta go back.
You didn't tell me you needed nails. I'll have to go ask Harold. And it's like, seriously? Yeah. Okay. I got to get ready for work today. Is there a game? I feel like such a bad Pittsburgher.
I don't know either, so I'm a bad Pittsburgher too. I don't know.
I got more important things to do. I'll be cooking up a shit ton of stuff for people who are watching games, whether it's a Pittsburgh game or not.
Yeah.
So, guys, get a hold of us. Send us your thoughts, ideas, and stuff. Sorry for anything that didn't make it onto the Facebook page, but it just is what it is. Some stuff makes it and some stuff don't. I try and dress it all.
I know.
No, I'm only human. You should sing. I'm only human.
Oh, my God.
My mother called me the other day in hysterics over the underwear and wanting to know about underwear checkers.
Ah.
Bend over. Let me see your holy underwear.
Let me
see your gutchies. All right, guys. It's been Deb.
And Laura.
And we'll talk at you next week.
Bye.
Bye.